Louis Vuitton have done it again. Louis Vuitton are that fashion company, that designer brand house that have the ability, whenever I am off on my burnout, my self-exiled leave from all things luxury, all things YouTube, I am taking a break, I am focusing on myself, I am repairing. No, Louis Vuitton say, time to bring you back in. Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. So Louis Vuitton have done it again. If you are a regular watcher of my channel, you will know that I have been on a little bit of a break. I have a lot going on and I just broke, I suppose is the right way to say it. But Louis Vuitton have done what they do best. They have taken one of those things that has been around forever since I started to watch luxury, since I started to be interested in luxury, and they've just done that little tweak. And we've talked about this before. They have done it with the toiletry pouches, where they introduced those with the leather sections down the side and the colours on the inside. Then we talked about it recently whenever they re-released the key pouch and they just made them slightly bigger sizes. And all of a sudden there is a hype and there is a luxury buzz about something to do with Louis Vuitton that has been around for a long time, that we probably all own the originals, yes, own the originals, but then they do this, they tweak it and we decide, yeah, I want that as well. I really like what you've done there. I like that you've changed that little bit. And now I think I need that in my collection as well. Well, that has woke me up from my stupor. That has woke me up from my slumber and has made me think, okay, maybe I am not completely too burnt out for luxury right now. And maybe there are things that I need to spend some time giving some attention to and having a little look at. And as I have said before, Louis Vuitton are master marketers. They are the masters of reinventing the wheel, doing that little bit different to something and bringing us all along on that journey. And what they have done this time, and what has done it for me, is the re-release. Well, it's not really a re-release, but it's now back available and it's been tweaked slightly. And it is the Louis Vuitton Mon Monogram. Now, when I first started watching YouTube, everybody was showing Mon Monogram pieces. I remember vividly watching a video from Minx for All and she was showing her mini pochette and she had that in the Mon Monogram, sorry. And Mon Monogram is obviously whenever you have a piece from Louis Vuitton that is the traditional monogram canvas, which is this one, and then you can personalise it, and you can personalise it with either your initials, you can put stripes on it, and there's different colours for it. I was interested in it at the start, whenever I first started watching YouTube, getting to know about Louis Vuitton, having a bit more interest, having a bit more money to be able to actually buy these pieces. Mon Monogram did speak to me then, but never enough to make me actually go and buy something. I never really saw a piece and thought, I have to have that, I want my initials slashed all over that or splashed all over that, and I want to have that in my collection and that's what I want to. So until now when I am minding my own business, focusing on getting myself back to an even keel with work and life and all of the things, I don't think I have been on YouTube for a month. That for me is huge. Staying away from all things luxury and designer and fashion and looking at these things for over a month is huge. I don't think I've done that since I started YouTube, certainly not in a very long time. And then I just happened to go onto the Louis Vuitton website. And I went on to the Louis Vuitton website and up pops the new things. And I thought, let's take a look at the new things. And I came across the Mon Monogram and I am a goner. And I actually have a screenshot saved on my phone because I've already made my bag. And when there becomes a screenshot added into the list of screenshots on the phone of wish list or potential items or things that I'm looking at, then I know I'm in trouble. Then I know that down the rabbit hole I go, and I know that I'm not coming out of that with my bank balance intact. Some damage is going to be done. It's going to live rent-free in my head. I'm going to try and forget about it. I'm going to not think about it, consciously not think about it, but it's always going to be there and it's going to live in there. And yes, I know, we still have the corner over here that my mum has now christened the corner of anticipation, because we still have bags to unbox, because I haven't actually even been in this room apart from just coming in and lifting bags. I haven't looked over there. I think, is there 2 or 3, maybe 3 still left over there to be unboxed? I haven't even looked at those. Haven't thought about them. But now I'm down this rabbit hole of having this screenshot on my bag, on my phone, sorry, and thinking, I need to buy another one of these, and let me tell you what it is I think I need to buy, and I've already designed it. I will show you it on the screen. I need, and I say that in the loosest possible terms because I hear it out loud and it's certifiably crazy. I need another Louis Vuitton GM Neverfull. Now, in real life, in reality, I need another Louis Vuitton GM Neverfull like I need a hole in the head. That is not something that I actually need. That is not something that's needed in my collection. That's not something I need to even be considering, because if you've been around here, I have my Louis Vuitton GM Neverfull that is downstairs with all of my work stuff in it, and spoiler alert, I still haven't used the YSL Jamie bag, which I bought to swap out of from the Neverfull to use something else to work, to use a leather bag. I still haven't used it. I still haven't got around to getting a liner for it. In my defence, I have been very off luxury and distracted recently. I have had a lot going on and a lot on my mind. But yes, I haven't used it. It's probably not the best time to test it, but I'm still in the Neverfull. And the point of that whole tangent is that I'm still in that Neverfull, and that Neverfull is downstairs full of all of my things. And that's a GM. Then we have this GM. By the way, they're both monogram. Then we have this Neverfull monogram. This is the first Neverfull that I ever bought. I bought this for my 30th birthday. So this is very old. I sent this recently and I have a video on this process. I showed you clips of what it looked like before I sent it, and then I unboxed it and showed you what it came back like from Louis Vuitton, who replaced all of the leather, basically made it look like a brand new bag. Obviously they couldn't do anything with the damage I had caused to the corners and the canvas, but it looks like a brand new bag. So we now have two Louis Vuitton GM monogram Neverfulls. This one, since coming back into the fold, hasn't been used, even though she looks brand new. And I know a lot of you in the comment box, when I unboxed her, re-unboxed her, said, you're not going to use that, and why do you not need two? Well, we don't need two. But this one is very sentimental. It was the first. It was my 30th birthday. I bought it for myself. I bought it in Rome. It was a huge achievement. I felt great about it, and I used this bag to death if you'd seen the earlier video and saw the state of it. So there was a very emotional attachment to having this bag repaired and having this bag back here. But now, Louis Vuitton done it again, done that little tweak, and I think I need another one. Need again in the loosest possible terms. So I'm going to bring it up here on the screen. When you go on to the Mon Monogram now, Louis Vuitton have changed the colours slightly, and they have a collection of colours that speaks to my soul. I'm using everything I can to defend this here, because in reality I know that I do not need another Louis Vuitton GM monogram Neverfull. But I also know that I'm a little bit addicted to this and I keep going to visit it. So they have changed the colours slightly, and when I put the one on the screen that I have designed, oh, can I do that? Yes, I can. I will put that on the screen. You will see the colours that I have picked in it. These colours are, oh my goodness, they call me. There is a very deep magenta type pink, very much like the pinks up there that is in my collection of favourite colours. And then there is a bright orange. I think there's actually two oranges, but there's one of the oranges that I have picked, and I think this is absolutely stunning. I imagine this in the summer. There we go back to the fantasy life. If you've been on my channel before, I have a great relationship with my fantasy life. I am very committed to it. I treat it very, very well. And what happens is, in my mind, I see my fantasy life and I see myself living in the south of France or somewhere, or Italy, and dandering down the promenade in the sunshine, wearing what I would wear if I had a very carefree life over there, didn't have two young small children, carrying this bag. And I see this. It's a bit like how I fell and bought the Chanel DeVille, which never worked for me, but I see this so clearly in my mind. And my fantasy life is demanding that this Mon Monogram Neverfull come and join us. So, as well as having tweaked the colours and having these very beautiful, strong, vibrant, bright colours, they have also added the option and changed the stickers that you can add on with this. Now, you were always able to do a world tour. I think they stopped it for a while, but certain bags you could do the world tour version, which was where you could personalise your Neverfull, or I think the Alma and a few other bags, and you could put your initials on it, but you could also put the stamps on it. They've now added that into the Mon Monogram. And the stamps on it are very like the travel collection stamps that came with the flight mode collection. And I loved that. There's a new flight mode collection and that's tweaked my interest a bit as well. I will probably make a video on that too, talking about it, because I've been through the lookbook and there's some beautiful pieces in that. But they have now added on that you can put on these travel collection stamps. These travel collection stamps speak to my soul. Right in there, straight to it. It's like there's a direct line. And now I think I need to own the, I hear it out loud, the GM Neverfull monogram with these colours and my initials and these stamps, and I think it's absolutely fabulous. And this is what Louis Vuitton do. They do these little tweaks, they bring things out that have been there, they change them very slightly, and enthusiasts like myself, I was going to say fools like myself, but enthusiasts like myself decide, oh, I need that one as well, need that one as well in my collection. Now, the Mon Monogram Neverfull in the GM in sterling is £1,600. I have not, because I have been burned out and not really looking at luxury all that much, I haven't really followed what's happening in the US with the tariffs. Obviously, I've heard on the news about the tariffs that are being imposed by the government, and there's certain different countries are having different levels of tariffs coming into the US. So I don't know what that has done to the pricing in the US. I'm sure it will have an impact at some point, but in the UK, the GM Neverfull is £1,600. Another one that I really, really like is the Speedy. Now, they have the Speedy bandolier in the 35, which for me would kind of be like a small travel bag. I wouldn't use that on a daily basis, I don't think. That is £1,690, and the 30 Speedy is £1,640. I don't think the difference of £50, certainly between the 30 and the 35, would fuel my decision as to which one to buy. I think it would certainly be just which one I thought that I was going to use more. In the Neverfull, you can also get the MM, and it is £1,550, and you can get the Speedy 25, which is probably, for me, the most usable size. It's the size of my P9 Speedy, and it's £1,600. I think it's great. If you don't want to get drawn into this, avoid, because the colours are cool and the stamps are cool, and it's really fun to go onto the website and customise your bag and make your bag. I had great crack doing that. It was one of the first things that has basically awakened or awoken my interest in luxury again, and thought, oh, this is fun, this is why I love this stuff. And I had great fun customising it. They do have travel pieces, they have keep alls, they have passport covers, they have luggage, they have the on the go, they have the side trunk. Wow. Amelia, no. But they have the Mon Monogram side trunk in the MM for £3,050. Ooh, a side trunk. I've always said there's a side trunk in my future. Yeah, that looks quite cool. I do still think the Neverfull is calling me more though, but that side trunk is quite cool. They have a card holder for £280. The Mon Monogram Alma in the BB is £1,600. The Zippy wallet is £670. So there is a lot to choose from. Also, when we were talking earlier about them tweaking the toiletry pouches, they have the toiletry trio Mon Monogram for £1,230, and that's showing with stripes and stickers. I don't know if you can put your initials, but yeah, they have a lot. And it's fun. It's really good fun. The colours are great. Stickers are great. Louis Vuitton have done it again. Louis Vuitton have done it again. They have made that tiny little tweak to a Neverfull, which was my first ever bag. Louis Vuitton has managed to get me out of my slumber, back engaged with luxury, wanting a luxury bag, screenshotting it, and it's the very first bag I ever bought. I have 2 of them. I've had this for too many years, and they've done that little thing, changed it very slightly, and now it's probably top of list of the bags that I want to buy. It's probably at the minute the only bag I really want to buy, and it's the Monogram Neverfull that I bought all those years ago with a slight tweak. Marketing geniuses, done it again. Louis Vuitton, you have my heart and you have my soul. So that is what has awoken me. I'm probably not getting the tense of that correctly. I have had a lot of caffeine this morning. I'm living on caffeine recently. The Mon Monogram is fun. The customization is fun. The colours are fun. The prices aren't fun, but no luxury prices are fun anymore. And that is what Louis Vuitton have done again to one of the classics. Brought something back out, slightly changed it. got me straight back in. What do you think? What do you think of the Mon Monogram? Some people think it's tacky. Some people really don't like colours, the stripes all over your bag, your initials on your bag. Do you think, no, Amelia, see sense? Or do you think, oh yes, fun? Let me know what you think in the comment box. Thank you so much for watching this. I am so sorry that I've had such a break from YouTube. I will do my best to be back. I don't know if I am going to be able to stick to my previous schedule, but hit the bell, subscribe. You will know when I'm putting out the videos. I am going to do my very best to get back to that schedule and stick to it. Things are still a little bit overwhelming here. It's just work. It's nothing bad. It's nothing serious. Thank you all for the messages that I've got of concern. It is just sometimes things get a lot and overwhelming. Thank you for sticking by me. Thank you for watching me. Thank you for being here. If you haven't yet, please do consider subscribing. If you've enjoyed this little chat in any way, please do give it the thumbs up, and I will see you again in the next one.